What's up guys, this is Chris with Half Chrome. Today I'm going to talk about this drone, the OOV6. Now with a name like that, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to fly it. Now the question is, will this leave you with your O face on, or will it leave you disappointed?
My O face. Oh, oh, oh. You know what I'm talking about. Oh.
Let's find out. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the features of this drone and what it comes with. First of all, it's got folding arms. You can see the order you put them in doesn't matter. Folds up kind of like an Autel Evo, I guess. So there you go. Also has the folding props, which is nice for storage. The box that it comes in is very useful for carrying this guy around. Another unique feature, the camera, you can see, will look straight up and straight down. Now, I don't know if you could hear that there, but it's got a servo motor. So no 3-axis gimbal here, no 2-axis gimbal, only a servo motor for changing the angle of the camera. No image stabilization whatsoever, which of course is going to be a limitation of this drone. It does have an optical flow camera on the bottom and an LED light, which I can neither confirm or deny if that comes on, maybe only at night. Haven't seen it actually. Batteries, kind of interesting on this guy. Got the dual charger, pretty nice. Doesn't come with a charging brick, you'll have to use your own. And with charging two relatively large batteries, you're going to want to use a larger, more powerful, higher rated brick. Battery just slides in the back, and you're off and running. A little bit about the remote. We've got a camera button, we've got a high-low speed button, and we've got GPS on the front. You can turn it on and off. GPS is actually very stable, maybe surprisingly, on this drone. The unlock lock button, you use that to pair the drone. You also use that just to engage the props, turn the drone on, and then take off and landing there. The screen is useful, gives you satellites, gives you battery strengths for both the remote and the drone, so pretty good. So how do you connect? How do you get your video off this guy? It's a Wi-Fi connection to the drone itself, and so it's going to be limited by the Wi-Fi strength cell phone to drone direct, not through the remote. Now historically, drones like this, so kind of second tier suppliers, have not been all that great with this kind of technology. So if we wanted to compare it to something like the Mavic Mini, for example, traditionally these have not done well. So let's see what kind of range we get with this one. We're going to take it out and fly it. Before we do that, let me just show you a couple other things that came in the box. We got a whole extra set of props, screwdriver, widgets for getting the props on there. As I mentioned, we've got the 2 battery charger, 2 batteries, which is nice, and a USB-C cable. And again, it did not come with a brick. This drone showed up in the mail. I didn't know it was coming actually. Showed up also with another drone that Jack's going to be talking about, the MJX Bugs 20. Now the fact that they showed up at the same time gave me a clue. They came from the same place. So I believe MJX does make this drone. If you don't know MJX, they're kind of a toy grade, trying to always move up into that higher grade / hobby grade drones. And the cameras and the drone quality have been getting better over time. Their first attempt at GPS, they didn't always work out that well. And these are really actually quite good. Better than a lot of the low-end competition out there. This and the Bugs 20, which you'll see, both very stable, both with and without GPS. The optical flow camera and the altitude hold also work very well. So that's one thing they're definitely getting right here. Battery life is over 20 minutes. That's another area we've been impressed. These style of drones, the battery life has been going up. I mean, DJI quotes over 30. You rarely get that in practice, or you rarely want to go that far with it. This is a brushless motor drone, and it came with the props installed, but you'll need screws to get them on and off, which is fine because unless you're crashing this thing, which I don't recommend, you shouldn't need to change the props out. Okay, let's take a look at how the video turned out from this guy. I will apologize, didn't get as much video as we wanted from it on the first flight, and also didn't get as much screen recording as I wanted, having issues with both of those in practice. The video here, shaky as you would expect, and no electronic stabilization, no gimbal. You get what you get. That being said, no jello, which is really nice. You do see the props in the shot quite a bit. But overall, you know, you're really not going for quality with these. This is more of a drone to get practice on. I was impressed with the range for the majority of the flight. However, twice I lost Wi-Fi signal, the second time unrecoverably. At one point I wasn't even picking up the Wi-Fi signal from the drone at all. Now we did have the MJX drone up in the air at the same time, and being from the same manufacturer, you know, I don't know, maybe those Wi-Fi signals were a little bit of an issue interfering with each other, but I couldn't even find it in my list of available signals on my phone at all towards the second half of our second flight. And a couple times during this flight I did lose, it lost it temporarily, I stopped getting video feed, or I lost connection altogether and when I would get it back. So that is an issue. Didn't like that obviously about this drone. Never had an issue getting the drone back unless you're in a smart flight mode. What I did discover, if you get in a smart flight mode, which it only has two, which is follow me and orbit, and you lose connection between your phone and the drone, the phone is really what's driving that smart mode. What you have to do then is actually, the trick is turn off and back on if you want to GPS. Turning off GPS kind of kicks it out of that mode and lets you have full control of the drone with the sticks again. So that's good. You'll notice in the video quality here a ton of distortion. It does have a pretty wide field of view, and you get spherical earth here in ways that are not realistic. So that's where you're going to notice it the most, is in the horizon, obviously the bent horizon. And the props are unmistakable. If you turn that gimbal camera angle down a little bit, you'll get less of that. But that is what it is. It's fun to fly. Biggest issue, again, other than, you know, the camera stability, the camera jiggle, no jello, but with the camera jiggle, biggest issues is losing that Wi-Fi signal. It's kind of unacceptable. I will say I was very happy to be able to get this drone back every time. It never went crazy on me. It never tried to fly back to China or anything. So, you know, happy with this. I will let a friend fly this, but with a major caveat. Just be careful, be aware that Wi-Fi signal isn't the most reliable, at least when I flew it. So is this a step up for MJX, and why are they using the rebranding of OO? You know, I don't know. I do think it is a step in the right direction for them. I think that Wi-Fi signal was either due to the interference with that other drone, or maybe something to do with the construction, right? Basically, unless you're one of the top 3 manufacturers, you have to be very careful with how you route your antennas. Those other guys really know what they're doing. But I think with this folding arm drones, MJX still having a challenge maybe in how to route the antennas to get the most reliable signal. That being said, pretty good drone, but probably not going to be at the top of my list. For a better option that we were more impressed with, make sure you check out Jack's video on the MJX Bugs 20. Very interesting progression, I would say, for MJX. So no O-face for me, guys, but make sure you subscribe. You'll get notifications about our videos, about DJI drones, other drones, and make sure you check out Jack's video coming up on the Bugs 20. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, right. See you guys there.